I'm here with Dr. Hoskins, and I'll have you introduce yourself and who you're representing and who you're with.
Okay. My name is Bill Hoskins. I'm a surgeon at Memorial Sloan-Kettering Cancer Center in New York, and I'm here as the chair of the development committee for the Gynecologic Women's Cancer Foundation.
Funding is obviously very important, not only for nonprofits, but especially important for research in gynecologic cancers. Where, as a whole, where does most of the funding come for research right now, and where are things increasing or decreasing when it comes to funding?
Well, the single largest source of funding for research in all cancer is through the federal government, through the NCI, and as with everything else, when the economy's bad, the government cuts back on their funding. But you know what an organization like this does, which is even more important, is that they tend to provide startup funding. So you have a lot of young investigators who probably are not ready to apply for and get a government grant, so they can apply to us and get enough money to work for a year or so and build up some data, and then they're attractive to the federal government to get a bigger grant. And so really what we look for is young investigators that we can give seed money to so they can start their career and then go on to get other funding.
As you look at research for the next few years, as people are giving to Foundation for Women's Cancer or other research groups, what would you say their money is doing and catalyzing the most when it comes to research? Where is the money most needed to go to?
Yeah, and we've actually looked at that, and what we found is that for the young investigators that we have given startup funds to, we have a 26-fold return on investment, that they are able to go on to get bigger and better grants and stay funded for a long period of time. And so we look on what we're able to do and what most, I mean, the Komen Foundation is exactly the same, the Lymphoma Foundation, most of them give small seed grants to get young investigators started.
When people look at cancer, they know the treatment costs a lot of money, the research costs a lot of money, but when you're spending that money on research, why is that so important that we all spend that money on that research?
Well, it's incredibly important because, you know, we're lucky right now in medicine in that there are literally hundreds of new drugs that are coming on the market because, or becoming available to study because, you know, with the Human Genome Project and so many things like that that have advanced the field, we have a lot of new drugs. But each one of those drugs takes years of clinical research to develop. That's incredibly important.
One last question. What personal passion of yours when it comes to funding research, what really excites you about current research in gynecologic cancers right now? And you say, I'm really excited about it.
Well, I think, you know, I've been involved with more than one organization like this that helps young investigators get started. I was chairman of the Department of Defense Ovarian Cancer Research Program for several years. And we did the same thing there. We got a small amount of money and we gave it out to young investigators to go on and begin their career. All of my research personally was in ovarian cancer, but any gynecologic cancer should be supported.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dr. Hoskins.